Hey guys, it's reenactment day here, and in this video I'm going to be covering the basic history and design features of the US mess kits from World War I up until about Vietnam. Now, we're going to just jump right into it here and start off with the World War I mess kit. Now this is the model 1910 mess kit. You can see it's has this handle that goes over, you flip open, and this ring that you can pry up and take the top off. And you can see it separates into two individual pieces. Now let's start off talking about this bottom piece. You see it has a nice cast handle right here on a hinge. It's riveted into the mess kit. And this can be used for if you're cooking over an open fire. It's a nice frying pan. You can just put food in here and cook with it. And it's just a basic eating platform that you can use. And right here, the lid is pretty much can be used as a plate and not much else. It could be, I'm guessing it could be used to like set utensils on or something like that, but mainly this was a plate. And you can take the mess kit and throw it onto this handle and putting the handle through the loop. Here, let's just get this all on camera. Putting the handle through the loop will kind of stabilize it a bit better, so you can have it like that. Now this was the main mess kit for the US during World War I, and it is just a very basic kind of mess kit that works in many different ways. Now, I'm just going to show you a design feature of one of the utensils. This is the only one I have for now. And you see it is a very fancy looking fork. And all these decorative lines on it and all that. This will be important later, so keep an eye on that design feature. These mess kits were made out of aluminum, and the handle was casted steel. So these mess kits were used from World War I pretty much through World War II. If we had these in surplus, soldiers got them. But World War II mess kits were a bit different. But we're gonna stick to the World War I mess kits right now and move on to the Model 1918 mess kit. Now you can see this mess kit looks very similar, but there are some differences. You can see that the Model 1918 mess kit, just hold this better so you can see it, is a bit more dished than the 1910, both on the lid and on the bottom pan. It is a deeper dish on both. But if we open it up right now, you can see same cast aluminum handle, but the handle is bent so it can actually go around the entirety of the lid. And you just kind of open it up pretty much the same way. These mess kits can be very tight to open, and the lid will go on pretty much the same way. You know, you throw it over the handle, and you got pretty much that. So, these were also made out of aluminum. You can see here's the dish. That, again, pretty much can only be used as a plate. And the frying pan part is a bit deeper, so you could probably cook more in it and worry less about it like spilling out over or anything. But you can see pretty much they're very similar on the hinges on the back, and in everywhere else it is pretty much the same. So put this back together. These mess kits were not seen as much as the Model 1910 because they were designed in 1918, near the end of the war for the US, but they were a bit better of a design. Now you can see that the little loops are two different shapes here. This one's a bit more of a half moon, and this one's more of a circle, but they are also offset on the mess kit a little bit. I've seen people, here, let me just open one of them. I've seen soldiers have the mess kit lids on the back like this with the hinge in the back, or the loop in the back, but it really does not matter which way it goes on. They go on both ways perfectly fine. Now we move on to this interwar design and World War II design. This is the model 1932 mess kit. You can see this is a early style of it. You can see it has the same World War I handle, and that is because the bottom of the mess kit is World War I reused. This is dated 1919, so it's a post-war production, but is the model 1910 style of mess kit bottom. And what we did is we designed this new lid for it with 2 divider sections, so you can hold food better, and it's a bit more dished down, as you can see. So the handle can still be flat, and the lid and the handle will just go in between these dividers. Now, what's interesting about this lid, if you look at the patterning on the metal, it is casted. So that is a very neat piece of history off this. Eventually, we would design a bottom for this individual mess kit, which is more like the model 1918, more dished down. But it has a pretty cool lid. You can see that the hinge is held on by 2 little bits right here, and is again is a triangle more, and is now moved to the middle. So when you put the lid onto the mess kit, the handle just can go straight through the mess kit loop. Also, when these mess kits were being designed, a new design feature was being added with the new utensils. Now, this is a World War II reproduction fork, but they're, exactly the same. You can take the lid, and you can take the bottom. You can put the lid through the bottom, which it doesn't seem to be working with the World War II or World War I style bottom, but it will work with the World War II. So I'll wait to show you that until when we start talking about the World War II style. Just close that mess kit. And right here is the model 1942 style mess kit. Now, it looks very similar to this one, but the only difference is why it got a new designation is because this is made out of stainless steel. Instead of, I heard this is a galvanized steel. Let's see. Yep, made out of a galvanized steel to help it instead of like a aluminum or stainless steel. And the World War II style was, stamped, because it's a pretty easy shape to stamp and just get it done. I'm sure a lot of these were just stamped as well. But opening up this mess kit, see it has a different style of handle, more flat instead of the World War I style, and it has this hole right there. And opening this up, you can see lid is different. It is not cast like the other one. It is stamped, has a half moon kind of hinge with that mounting system. Has a one thing I forgot to mention about these, this one has a folded edge, this one has a rolled edge. So that's just a slight difference. And the date on this one is moved to the middle of the handle, and can just kind of go on just like the other one. Fits a bit better, and this is the main mess kit you see during World War II, used by all the GIs. Now you can see on the back the hinge is a little bit different, but it's a hinge. It works exactly the same. And now we move on to that design feature that I was talking about. As you can see, the World War I fork is just a solid piece, looks Very fancy. There's no hole here. Well, the World War II fork has a hole here, and actually all the utensils have holes in them. And if you actually go to the canteen cup, when you flip it over, it has all these holes in the handle as well. Now, the reason it has that is so you can actually take the mess kit, take the lid goes through the mess kit, fork goes through the mess kit, spoon, and the knife, which you can put them on like kind of staggering like that if you want. Probably work better if you did. And then you can actually feed the canteen cup through it. I'm sure there's a better way to, kind of like that. Let's see if you can see it. You can. And what this was for is so they could dip this into a hot batch of waters to clean it and sanitize it. So you're holding it here on the handle, and you just dip this into the water, and you clean all of your mess kit, canteen cup, and utensils at the same time. So we will take these off of the handle. And put the mess kit back together. Now, real quick actually, you can see it has the more model 1918 style of deep dish mess kit instead of the model 1910, very shallow. So that is pretty much that, about that mess kit. Now, we use this mess kit through Vietnam. We didn't come up with a better design until later, but this was the exact same mess kit through Vietnam. Alright, well that is going to be it for this video. A little brief history and design features of the model 1910, model 1918, model 1932, and the model 1942 mess kit. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's anything that I forgot to mention, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you have any video ideas, put them in the comments as well. Any questions on any of these items, put them in the comments as well. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.